Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here. Welcome back to another video for Elden Ring. This video is going to be your ultimate one-stop shop guide to getting an infinite number of both smithing and somber smithing stones, all the way from smithing stones 1 through 8, allowing you to take your weapons up to plus 24, and somber smithing stones 1 through 9, bringing your special armaments to plus 9. Beyond that, you will need a special smithing stone which can be looted, but this video is about getting an infinite supply of all the other stones, so you can upgrade as many weapons as you like, provided, of course, you have runes. I have done a video on some of these already, but now that I've unlocked all of them, I wanted to put everything into one video so you don't need to go anywhere else. So let's go. If you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below if you have any questions, and of course do be sure to keep it locked for plenty more Elden Ring. First things first, we're going to start with the smithing stones. So for the very first one, you need to head up to Liurnia. You need to be going over to the Liurnia crystal tunnel. Of course, you guys should have seen this one already. Go through the crystal tunnel, make your way to the bottom, get to the boss room, defeat the boss, which of course is the crystalline boss. Again, as a quick reminder, these are not weak to slashing damage, so ideally bring a blunt style weapon, something that does striking, or just perform a lot of jump attacks. Either way, kill that and you'll get smithing stone minus bell bearing 1. And again, as a reminder, if you guys are new to this, once you get a bell bearing, anytime you get a bell bearing, whether it be the smithing stones or other types, you go back to the Twin Maiden Husks in Round Table Hold, offer that to them, and that will then upgrade their inventory. So this then allows you to buy smithing stones 1 and 2. Moving on from there to the next one, you will then need to have made progress to the next area, to the Atlas Plateau. For this one, you then want to go over to the site of grace you see marked on the map right now. This is down nearby the sort of river, and what you then want to do is work your way down towards the river, or the sort of little shallow body of water. Work your way down, run towards the back of that area, and again, there is another cave. Once you get inside this cave, there will be a site of grace. You can interact with this so you have a fast travel point, and then behind that is a secret wall. You need to attack this, and then simply run through the wall, and if you then go into this room and you turn left and you basically look at the staircase in front of you, you can hug the wall, work your way around. There is a little chest there. If you go over and interact with the chest, open up, the loot inside is the next bell bearing number 2. This now allows you to buy smithing stones 3 and 4. Now, following on from here, you will again need to have made some more progress in the story. This time you need to be up in the snowy region. For this one, you want to go over to the Zamor ruins, which of course is the site of grace just beyond the lift. And you then need to go and work your way towards the ruins here. As you can see, you can work your way up through them, jumping up, avoiding most of the enemies. And then once you get to the sort of church near the top of it, what you can then do is you can jump inside if you want to. There is an item you can collect, a little spell. But if you take a right, there is then a little torch which will indicate a stairway you can take down. You simply go down, open up the door, and then behind that is a chest, and that will give you bell bearing number 3. This will then allow you to buy the next 2 tiers of smithing stones 5 and 6. Now, before I go to the next one, I do want to give you guys a spoiler warning. I will not show you the boss, but this final bell bearing is something that you basically can't miss because it does come from defeating a boss. There is another location over on the right hand side of the map. Once you go over there, there is a boss you defeat, and once you've defeated them, you'll be given the bell bearing. So if you guys do not want any more details than that, now will be the time to step away. But if you want a tiny bit more clarity, then this is the location that you're looking at on the map, this sort of dragon area over here. And the boss is the Godskin duo. Again, not going to show you the boss, but once you defeat it, you'll get the smithing stone minus bell bearing 4, which now means you can purchase all types of smithing stones, apart from, of course, the very last one, which is required to push the weapon up to level 25, but those are things that you simply collect. So, moving on from there now to the somber smithing stones. For the very first one, if you want to get the first bell for this one, you want to turn your attention to the Celia crystal tunnel over in Caelid. Simply go through this cave, get to the very end of it, and of course defeat the boss. And upon defeating the boss, you will get the bell bearing that will allow you to purchase somber smithing stones 1 and 2. It is, however, worth noting, if you do not want to be bothered with defeating that boss and you still want to buy them, you can instead turn your attention to the northwest of Liurnia. You go up to the road to the manor site of grace. This is the one just beyond the invisible wall. And when you cross through here, you will see this blacksmith. If you go to him, he will sell you an infinite number of 1 and 2. He will sell you a select number of 3 and 4. But if for some reason that boss beforehand is giving you some trouble, you don't want to defeat it, you can also go here to purchase somber smithing stones 1 and 2. Then moving on from there, we're then going back to the Atlas Plateau. This time you then want to turn your attention north of the Atlas Highway Junction site of grace. We're going to be going over to this cave you see right now. This is the Atlas Tunnel. Same principle, this is just another cave. Work your way through, fight the boss. This is a duo of crystalline bosses, the crystalline spear and the ring blade. Same principle as last time, simply take your time. They do have very telegraphed moves, jump attacks, blunt attacks, all that stuff. When you defeat them, they will give you the somber stone minus bell bearing number 2. Therefore allowing you to purchase somber smithing stones 3 and 4. Following on from this, we are then going further north, this time into the snowy region again. This time what you want to do is turn your attention to the first church of Marika, which is located over here. You basically run across the frozen lake, and once you get outside the church, there is a dead body, and if you interact with the dead body and grab the collectible, it has the Somber Stone minus Bell Bearing 3, thus allowing you to purchase the next 2 tiers of Somber Smithing Stones. Following on from there, we're then going back over to the region I mentioned before. Again, the sort of spoilery area, but given that you are at this point in this video, you probably have stuck through this. So we're going over to the dragony sort of region over on the right-hand side. And for this one, you then want to turn your attention to the site of grace called Tempest Facing Balcony. This is a site of grace you will encounter organically. And simply outside that site of grace, if you go and walk through the sort of broken balcony itself, there is of course a collectible on the ground. And that is the Somber Stone minus Bell Bearing 4. And then finally, for the very last one, you want to make your way over to this location you see right now on the map. You simply need to do a little bit of parkour, and you can sort of see part of the route over here. You sort of need to jump across this broken down or sort of like fallen down tower structure. You can use that to cross over to the other side. And then when you get to the doorway, in there is an enemy you need to defeat. And behind that is a purple collectible. Once you go and grab that, that is your final Somberstone Bell. Now when you return that to the Twin Maiden Husks, as you can now see, we now have the ability to purchase all of the smithing and the somber smithing stones that we would like. 1 through 9 or 1 through 8, depending on, of course, which stone you're looking at. So we now genuinely have a way to purchase an infinite amount of these, provided we, of course, have runes. And if you need runes, don't forget to turn your attention to this video, which we've done on the best rune farm that'll get you a ton of runes, 2.4 million runes in an hour. So you can do that to buy as many upgrade stones as you want and upgrade your weapons. Anyway, that's it for the time being. Thanks again for watching. Keep it locked for plenty more Elden Ring, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.